here's one of the things that I've learned over the years. If you're not listening to the calls that your ISAs and or your agents are making, you're fucking yourself. Welcome to the Whissel Way Podcast. My name is Kyle Whissel, your host with eXp Realty in San Diego.
And I am Bryan, Koci, Media and Marketing Director here at the Whissel Realty Group.
And so the way that this show works is that we want to give you the tools, the techniques, the tactics that you need to go out there and crush it in your business. And the way that we like to do that is to answer the questions that you have for us. Rather than us guessing what you want to know about, we just let you tell us what you want to know about. And the way that we do that is via our Facebook page at The Whissel Way. And if you go to thewhisselway.com, you can ask questions on there. You can join our Facebook group. You can subscribe to the podcast, the YouTube channel, join our referral network because there's a lot of people moving out of California these days, and find out about upcoming events that we have going on, like our Media Mayor Mastermind event, which is taking everything that Bryan and I have learned over the last 5.5 years of creating thousands of videos together and condensing it into 16 hours of action-packed content to take you from where you're at to video to 5.5 years worth of experience in video in a matter of 16 hours.
It's actually 20 hours. It's 16 hours.
You added on to it, huh?
Well, I mean, we do the 30-minute Q&A every week.
On the virtual version. What about when we do the in-person version?
Oh, the in-person one's from like 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. 2 days. So it's even longer.
There you go. So, Bryan,
yes.
What are the questions we got today?
So this question actually came up in our 30-minute Q&A at our Media Mayor Mastermind, our virtual version. And they were asking about ISAs, and we had a really good conversation about it that we spent probably a good 20 minutes talking about. And so I know we don't have the full 20 minutes here, but I think we can condense it down a little bit. But since I've been here for 5.5 years. We've always had ISAs throughout the time I've been here. And it's definitely iterated a lot. It's changed a lot. So what I want to do is I want to first kind of talk about, I want you to go into what is an ISA. The difference between having it in-house versus outsourcing it and kind of our experiences with that. And then kind of how we set up our ISA department, payment structure, all that sort of stuff.
Okay, sweet.
So what is an ISA?
ISA, Inside Sales Associate or Inside Sales Agent.
Okay, so next is?
However you prefer to use that acronym. So we've run ISAs for probably 8 years now. I think if you've been with me 5.5, and I know I had ISAs well before you came over. So we're probably about 8 years in of utilizing ISAs. We've run all kinds of different formats. I've had ISAs where when they joined the team, initially everybody would start as an ISA and you would put in like 90 days to 180 days as an ISA, and then you could earn a spot as an agent on the team. I've tried hiring like lifetime telemarketers to be ISAs on the team. I've tried outsourcing to third parties. I've tried a little bit of everything. So the good thing is I can tell you all the ways to fuck it up.
We've seen some spectacular fuck ups, I guess is what you can say.
Let's just call it what it is, okay? Let's not sugarcoat it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, we've tried a little bit of everything. And here's what I can tell you is that if you're using it as kind of like a stepping stone for people where they start as an ISA and then work their way onto the team, that's tough. The issues that we had doing that was that it takes time for people to really even, get into that ISA role. And a lot of the leads that ISAs are following up with, they're long-term leads that take time to nurture. So if you only have somebody in that role for 90 days or 180 days, they're not getting, it's like you gave them this little tree and told them to water it, and knowing that that tree is not going to bear fruit for 6 to 12 months, but you're putting them in that role for like 3 months, and you're expecting to get fruit from the tree. Like, that's stupid. That doesn't make any sense. So that didn't work well for us. The part of that didn't work as well is that these people were in this role thinking about being an agent already. So they weren't really putting their all into it as an ISA because they knew like, well, if I just put my 90 days in and I hit whatever my minimums are to move it to the next step, then I'll move to the agent. Then I'm going to make the big money. In your head, you're like, well, they're going to try to prove themselves. They're going to do what they need to do to get by. And then what we found too is that as the ISA, they would kind of sandbag to a certain extent. They'd have, deals that were ready, but they would hold them off for a little while until they became an agent so they could then take the lead as an agent as opposed to setting an appointment for one of the other agents on the team. So there were a lot of issues with that.
And people got burnt out. I mean, what we were expecting is people to be calling for 6 to 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week, which we all know as agents, no one's expected to call for 40 hours a week.
Correct.
So they would call the idea was they cut their teeth, they call 40 hours a week. And then when they have to call, 2-3 hours a day, that'd be no problem. They've already done 8 hours a day, but they get burnt out and then never want to call again.
And you run some really talented people off with that system too. Because they want to be an agent, and you're telling them, well, you got to just nurture leads for 8 hours a day. Like they want to go and show property. They want to get belly to belly with people. So you could actually run some talented people off with that system. We tried hiring lifetime telemarketers. They're just fucking weird people. I'm sorry if you're a lifetime telemarketer, but when we ran ads and specifically looked for telemarketers, they were the weirdest fucking people you've ever met. Anybody who chooses a career as a lifetime telemarketer, they're just weird. I'm sorry. Somebody's going to hear this and they're going to get offended by it, but I'm sorry. You're weird. Nobody wants to sit on the phone and get their ass kicked for 8 hours a day. Like, I'm sorry. Just being honest.
We we had people falling asleep in meetings. We had people
that had to go like smoke weed, in between calls because they would, they'd get so worked up they had to go calm down. We had people that needed to take uppers. Like, I mean, it was
and we obviously have beverages, adult beverages in our office. We had people, and I remember, I'll never forget this. We had people dipping in a little bit early, 9-10 a.m. And I remember, Kyle, you sat down with someone once and goes, look, if you're getting drunk and you were performing, I wouldn't be so mad. The fact that you're getting drunk and you're not closing any deals, we got to have a conversation.
Yeah, we had one guy we fired, and when we went to clear his desk out, there was like 20 cans of beer in the desk drawers that were empty. Like, we had some wild experiences trying that experiment out. And then we've also tried outsourcing to third parties, and what I have found is just there's no way that's going to be nearly as effective as having people in-house. Majority of the time when you outsource, you have people that don't know your local market, and that local market knowledge is so damn important. Like, if you look at the studies that are done by NAR or Zillow or any of those people that actually survey their consumers, they want somebody who's knowledgeable. Like, that's top 3 on every survey that there is. And so, here we're in Southern California, half of our street names and city names aren't English. And so you get somebody who gets on the phone that's, $3 million lead, and they're like, yeah, I saw you were looking at a $3 million home in La Jolla. Like, it's done. It's over.
Yeah.
We have a lot of Spanish names. Obviously, we border Mexico. So we have so many street names and city names that are, Spanish, and people can't pronounce them
and they're tough, man.
They're in the middle of, whether they're not even in this country or they're, down in the South and they don't know a lick of Spanish. They look stupid. So,
which makes us look stupid.
Right. And these people don't know what your core values are or any of that stuff. So they just really, it doesn't work. And it might work a little bit, but it's not going to work nearly as well as having some badasses in-house. So our current iteration, which is hands down our most successful iteration we've ever had, we have a team of 3. One of these people ran an ISA team prior to coming aboard with us and studied under one of the top ISA leaders in the country, Anna Kruger. Shout out to you if you're listening to this. You're awesome. Thanks for helping get our boy up to speed. Anna's awesome, and she actually does some ISA coaching and stuff. So if you are an ISA or you're hiring ISAs, look up Anna Kruger. I don't remember exactly where she's at, but she's freaking awesome.
You should get an affiliate link for that.
Yeah. So the iteration that we have now we have a team of 3. One person just leads, and then the other 2 are the ones who are making the calls. And by leading, here's one of the things that I've learned over the years. If you're not listening to the calls that your ISAs and or your agents are making, you're fucking yourself. I have learned more. I've listened to more calls in the last month than I've probably listened to ever. Holy shit. It is an eye-opening experience. You will very, very quickly learn who your best agents are, and you'll very, very quickly want to kill some of your agents. When you have leads like these Zillow connection calls right now are some of the best leads in real estate. We've actually run the math on these, and if we're doing what we're supposed to, every single time that call comes in, it's worth $600. And I've got people that are answering the phone. Hello? Are you fucking kidding me? Hello? That's like $600 that just called in. You answer the phone, hello? Like, when do you ever answer your phone, hello, right? Like, holy crap. So we have our lead ISA listens to all of the calls. And that is one of the most important things when you have agents or ISAs is to actually be listening to calls, because it creates so many coaching opportunities. And then you'll see, do you have people that are coachable or not? Because we've got some people where you listen to the call and they do say hello, but you coach them and the next time they freaking nail it. But you wouldn't know that they answer the phone hello unless you actually listen to their calls. So this is a huge tip for everybody out there, is listen to your agent's calls. If you're using a software that you can't listen to their calls, maybe you want to get a software you can listen to their calls. You could do that with Mojo, can record calls. If you have Zillow leads coming in, you can listen to those calls. And a lot of the CRMs, you can make calls through it and listen to them, or call action. A lot of systems that'll let you listen to it. So
Ring Central, I think, too, right?
Possibly. I don't know.
I think
Maybe.
so.
So our lead ISA he's amazing. And, he's spending all of his time building out campaigns, monitoring the campaigns, listening to the calls, coaching our ISAs on the calls. And it's just paying dividends. I mean, we're used to close like maybe 1 or 2 deals a month from ISA stuff. We're closing 1 or 2 deals a week now, which is amazing. I mean, you do the math on that. That's 50 to 100 deals from ISAs. And what we're really working on is the fact that our ISAs, they're working the stuff that's like top and middle of the funnel, so that our agents can focus on the bottom of the funnel stuff. Because if your agents, like if you're just pushing your agents to call expireds and FSBOs and circle dial and cold call all day, every day, they're not going to stay with you very long. You're going to run them off. If you can get your agents to focus on taking like connection calls from Zillow, or going on appointments, or just talking to people who are actually raising their hands and saying, I want to speak to an agent, you're going to have a lot happier agents. Yeah. Right? I mean, a lot of those calls, your conversion rate on those things should be 5 to 10%. Or you could have your agents calling Facebook leads that have a conversion rate of 0.01%. Like, if you're making your agents call those 0.01% leads, like, you're going to run them off. So we're utilizing AI and automation at the top of the funnel to get somebody to even communicate and respond. Once they respond, we're utilizing our ISAs to communicate with them. And then the ISA's job is to get them from in communication to an actual appointment. And so top of funnel is AI and automation. Middle of the funnel is our ISAs, and our bottom of the funnel is our agents. And so that's what we're really working on right now. And so the other thing too is our ISAs, they're not making 500 dials a day, because again, they'd burn out too. So the automation in the AI is getting people to raise their hand. And now our ISAs are spending a lot more time having actual conversations with people. So instead of them making 500 dials a day to have like 25 conversations, they're making like 50 dials a day and having 25 conversations, but they're having good, high quality conversations because they're talking to people who want to be talked to. And so that's really been changing the game for us. So really making sure that you have campaigns set up, and you could use artificial intelligence, use something like Structurally, or if you're with Ylopo, they have Raya, and there's some other AI systems out there. You could use that, or just build out some badass drip campaigns. Like, we're working with Jesse from Call Action, and he's helped us put some insane campaigns together. And so we're using those automated campaigns and AI to get those hands raised. ISAs take over, take those hand raises into appointments, take those appointments to the agents, and then take those into actual contracts.
So for people that are out there looking to hire an ISA, are you looking for someone that's licensed or unlicensed?
Licensed.
Full-time or part-time?
Full-time, and we pay them as as exempt employees. So the thing is, if you have an ISA who's 8 to 5 and a call comes in at 7, what happens? If you have them on hourly, they can't answer that call. If they do answer that call, they have to clock in, clock out. That's overtime. Like, that's a nightmare to track. So I've just found over the years that having them as exempt employees, which varies from state to state, so you got to research your state and find out what you have to pay somebody in order for them to be exempt. But having them be exempt is the way to go. That way, if that call comes in at 7, cool. You don't have to worry about them clocking in, clocking out, and hourly and all of that stuff.
So it's a salary-based position that's...
Plus bonus.
Okay. So there's
and
not...
the bonus, this is what we've done too, is the bonus is based off the closing, not just off setting the appointment. Because if you just bonus them to set appointments, or even appointments that show up, they're going to set as many shitty appointments as they can. They're not going to care about the quality of the appointment or that it actually closes. They're just trying to set appointments. So by focusing on them actually getting paid as a part of the closing, they stay involved, as our lead ISA likes to say, from stem to stern.
They're coming fresh with it.
Yeah, they like to stay the entire way through because they have a vested interest in seeing it close. So they'll actually stay on your agents a little bit, which we all know if you're running a team, you need somebody to stay on your agents. And it can't always be you. So the ISAs are involved. They have a call once a week with all the agents to check in on how all the appointments went that they set for them. And that's been really effective as well to make sure the agents don't drop the ball. And the ISA helps ensure that doesn't happen.
And then we have them working, we have them staggered scheduled, right? So they're all working. We have coverage from Monday through Monday, right? Every day. Don't we have someone Tuesday through Saturday?
Yeah, we have coverage 7 days a week, essentially 12 hours a day.
Cool.
Yep. So we stagger the shifts, and there's times that they overlap with each other, but I believe it's like 8 to whenever and something till 8. I don't remember exactly what the shifts are. I don't set it up.
Cool.
Yep. I let my leaders lead.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, that's good.
All right, cool. So hopefully you guys got a lot of value out of that. One more thing we like to do to add value when you're listening to the podcast is to tell you what we like to call our Whissel Widget of the week. And this is something that we're utilizing in our business that either helps us save time, make more money, or just helps us have more fun. So, Bryan, what do you got for us today?
So mine is a tool. It's a video player that you can upload videos to. I've always been against other upload or other players. I always think Facebook and YouTube are the way to go. But this one offers something very unique, and that's the ability to do kind of give you options based on clicking. This is not coming out well. It's kind of like a choose your own adventure video. So you can do the video and say, if you want to go here, click this button. If you want to say this, click this button. And so it's called Interactor. We'll put that up on the screen. It'll be in the show notes. But what it does is it allows you to break down into different paths based on where your audience wants to follow. So right now we're using this. I worked with our sales manager and we did a couple objection handlers. So he said, okay, if you want to say yes, click here. If you want to say no, click here. But we're going to use it for a ton more videos. The downside is it has to be on a landing page. You can't put this on Facebook. You can't put it on YouTube because it's its own individual player. But we're utilizing a lot more landing pages lately. So we're going to use it for things like our recruiting. Hey, do you want to go here, here, here? And the other great thing about it is you can update a specific piece of the video, right? So each video is 9 videos, 6 videos, 3 videos long. I can remove one of them and switch it out, and I still have the whole video as a whole, and I can update pieces of it rather than delete the whole thing.
You got the whole video as a whole, huh?
Shut up.
Good job.
Whatever. What's your stupid widget?
No, this is sick, guys. It's literally choose your own adventure mixed with videos. So even you could have somebody go to your page and there's an intro video and it says, are you interested in buying or selling? And they could click one. And then if they click buying, it's going to play a video specific to buying. If they click selling, something specific to selling. And then you just go from there and you can spawn that out as far as you want to. So it's pretty sweet.
Yeah. And so if you wanted to see the ones we've done, the ones we've done now, objections.thewhisselway.com. That's what we've started out with, and we're going to grow from there.
Cool. This widget I want to talk about this week is something I'm really, really big on accountability. I think this is something that's really huge in getting shit done. And so I've also found that putting money on the line really increases accountability. And so we found this app, and as far as I know, this is only available on iOS right now. If you're still on Android, sorry. So what's awesome is this app is you can create challenges in here. So one of the challenges you have going right now is a lot of people put on their COVID-19, and meaning they put on 19 pounds during COVID. They want to lose a lot of that weight. So we have a challenge going right now that you work out 5 days a week, and every workout that you miss, you have to check in via video, and every workout you miss, you're throwing $100 in the pot. And I have like 20 people on this challenge right now. So it's a 2-week challenge, $100 per workout that you miss, 5 workouts per week. You're essentially putting $1,000 on the line. As long as you do your 5 workouts each week, you cost you nothing. And anybody who misses, they're going to put money into the pot, and you're going to get a piece of that. So it's cool because you're actually putting money on the line. If you miss a workout, it's just going to debit your credit card automatically.
It's going to debit your credit card.
Yep. This is going to take the money right out of your account and put it into the pot, and it's going to get split up by the people who do it. So we're doing that for workouts, but you could do that if you want to do, let's say you and a few people want to get together and you're going to power hour every single day. You can do that. Get up
I thought it was
every
workout
morning.
only.
It's whatever you want, anything. There's people who literally, it's like, I'm going to drink a gallon of water a day. Or I just saw one today. It's like, I'm going to put the toilet seat down. Like, that was one of their challenges. So you could come up with whatever challenges you want. You could create whatever the frequency is, the duration, the penalty. You get to create all of that stuff. But it's amazing when you put a little money on the line. Like, ours goes Monday to Sunday. And here it was Sunday. We had a Sunday fun day. I was drinking, eating, hanging out with friends. But it was like 9 o'clock, and I was like, shit, I got one more workout I got to get in. So I loaded up the yoga and did my thing at 9:30 at night and banged out a 30-minute yoga session, because the last thing I want to do is, not only do I not want to put in the $100, I don't want to lose.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
like to
what it
lose.
is.
So it's amazing what that'll do for you. So it's called Spar. I think their website is GetSpar, SPAR. It's pretty awesome. So
Cool.
That's what we got for you guys. Those are our widgets of the week. I hope you guys got a ton of value out of the show today. There's some good stuff in there with the ISA game. If you would like to subscribe to the show, you can always go to thewhisselway.com, subscribe to the podcast, also subscribe on YouTube. You can go to our Facebook group where you can ask questions, engage with us, and join our referral network, because a lot of people are leaving California. And then last, find out about our upcoming Media Mayor Mastermind events, which we're doing both virtually and in person. And that's where you can get 5.5 years of video content in 16 hours of content, plus some Q&A outside of that. We'll just leave it at that. Is that good, Bryan?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
All right, cool. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in to the Whissel Way. We'll see you next week.
See you guys.
Wait. Before you leave, I want to share some more tips and tricks that we're using in our business to take it to that next level. Just click right here. And don't forget to subscribe. Click right here.